Hello and welcome to this episode of The Worst Outcome, or should I say now, The Ruinous Outcome. I am Jay, I will be your not Dungeon Master, that's not the thing for this game, it's Game Master. I'll be your Game Master for now and for the next few months, so I'm going to make it count. I am joined by a group of people. We'll start over in that corner, the man with the most magnificent facial hair, it's Finn.
Hi, I'm Finn, I play Reus Vertitas, the Interrogator.
To the next man, I know for a fact he can fit his whole hand in his mouth. It's Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm playing Agalia Seth, Trooper.
Next, it's the man who spent 6 months in 2022 living in a bog on a log like a frog. It's Rhys.
I play Barimetrius 67, a scout marine of the Salamanders.
Finally, it's the man who eats cat food by the packet. It's Ethan.
Hi, that's my name, and I'm playing Amaros Agalade, Armiger pilot of the Agalade House.
Yeah, that's all of us, and if you could not tell, we are playing Wrath and Glory, the Warhammer 40k TTRPG. It's set in the grim darkness of the far future where there is only these guys, I guess.
And war.
And war, there's that too.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Bit of that.
We did
Honestly,
forget about that one.
There's a lot of that, sir.
No, there's like 1% war, and then the rest of it's just us.
To be fair, I think this is...
Every book you read about is us.
Yeah. This is a TTRPG that holds a bit of a special place in our hearts. We're all big Warhammer nerds.
Yeah.
We collect models. Some of us paint them, some of us don't, and some of us leave it in a massive pile underneath their bed and forget about it.
I do all
It's not
three.
underneath my bed, it's to the
I was
side
talking
of my
about
bed.
myself, so that was a self-report. But no, and we've had quite a few campaigns run by the magnificent Jay in this setting, and they've been very enjoyable. We've really enjoyed them. So hopefully this should be a.
So now we're going to bring it
we'll
to
jump
you.
back in.
Yeah, where do you start? Well, the party, though they are not a party yet, find themselves on the Imperial heavy transport ship, the Graceful Charity. For various reasons, although it's mostly the same reason, you're making the way to the planet Agalia. The ship has been requisitioned for that particular function by a collection of groups. It's sort of been going around like a bus, picking up people ready to drop them off. Though it does have its own route, it is in fact a trade vessel. So it just happens to be on the way. How good of everyone important to requisition this particular vessel. Alright, we'll start from the perspective of Michael. You are in sort of a bunkhouse type area. It is full of other scions. You are all wearing the same clothes and other things that you guys do. You are not the only squad on this mission. In fact, there are 3 squads and a command squad, totaling 20 scions travelling with you. So this is a very big, smelly room that you are all in.
Quite compact.
Yeah, compact, yes, that's exactly how I'd put it. To set the mood on the ship, I would describe it as industrial, large, steel, blocky structure, bulky light fixtures at equal intervals across the wall, though one of them is sort of flickering, it needs to be fixed. The people in your room, they are doing various tasks. Some are cleaning guns, some are playing cards, betting over, assumedly, this month's ale ration. That seems to be powerful and common bargaining chip.
Really lost mine.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, he failed the gamble.
He's the run.
It's the only thing that makes fucking the scion life worth living.
Beer.
Yeah. Hey, you get more than your average guardsman.
It's true.
Sound like a dwarf.
Yeah. But yes, what in this room, surrounded by all of your comrades in arms, what are you doing?
Performing proper weapon maintenance on my long las.
Yes, just describe this weapon of yours.
I don't exactly know how the las guns work. All I know is that they shoot beams of energy that are very condensed. The long las is a much more hard-hitting version of that, and a lot more longer ranged. It's essentially their equivalent of a sniper rifle. My long las is very nicely kitted with a few little trophies. I don't know, maybe like an orc tooth or something like that. Just hung from it. Which is weird because I'm a sniper. I get the boys to bring me back some souvenirs.
You just see a guy just get capped from the distance. They try and trace the bullet back, and you're just waving in the distance, and then you're just pointing at it and gesturing, give it.
It's just pointing and look at his mouth
Well, just talk over communications. Just like get me that one too.
That would also work.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, as opposed to just being like a little speck in the distance.
But yeah,
mates, give me my tooth.
I'm probably just cleaning my weapon, making sure it's all nice and ready for the next engagement, making sure nothing goes wrong and it's properly charged and all that.
Yep. While you're doing this, you hear a loud, commanding voice pipe up. You know this as the Tempestor Prime joining your mission. Tempestor Prime McDowell, you just hear him shout up, "Attention, men!"
I stand at attention and salute.
Yep. Everyone else though follows that as well. Though the people playing cards are slower to react. The warp jump is nearly complete. We have almost approached the planet. Get ready within the next couple hours to get onto a drop ship and deploy. We are going to be, as a reminder, heading straight for the Palace on the World. Going to be meeting up with their big official people. I don't care about their structure. Planetary governor, I guess. I don't care. Didn't read the slate. Going to be meeting with them and finding out what exactly is going on. Because from what I understand, we're shooting heretics. But we don't know who the heretics are yet. Makes our job a bit awkward. It's why they're deploying so few of us. Any questions? Well, back to it then. Get ready in the next couple hours, like I said. And with that, we will pivot through the ship to another similar bunk room. This one, however, is full of much larger bodies, all with jet black skin and glowing red eyes. These are Astartes, but not in their usual power armor, for these are only scouts. Astartes in training. Astartes, for the uneducated, being space marines. There are half the men in this particular room, but they take up about twice the space due to their size and scale of equipment. And this is where we find Rhys's character. Please describe yourself.
Yes, so Barimetrius, 67 is his name. He's around 7'8" at the moment. He's quite a tall one. The salamanders are typically taller than your average Astartes. And you see him sitting at a large round table in the centre with around 4 of his battle brothers. They're all there. They're partaking in some beverages. They're having a hearty laugh, bashing on the tables as they joke and recount previous experiences. It's sort of over the course of hours, their conversations switch between, admiring the beauty of mankind and the need of one's almost self-sacrifice to save the little man, but also just generally having a good time with his comrades.
After a while, you get a similar thing. Your sergeant, Aidan Tarser, like you, not a full space marine, though definitely qualified to be, but stayed behind to lead the little people. He says, "Right, you lot. We got planetfall soon enough. Get your rears in gear."
Understood, sir.
Right, dismiss.
And I grab my walk over, grab my bolt pistol and my chainsword, put the bolt pistol in its holster, and
head.
Yes, and I put the chainsword within its sheath as well.
Yep. Now, Ethan, where would we find you aboard this ship?
I actually was going to say something that maybe, because obviously I'm heading home.
Maybe he's already there.
No, so maybe I've literally probably come from a battle.
Yeah.
Had to put my Armiger into the ship, and I was like, cool, we're going home because there is insurgents and I have to now deal with that.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just wherever I am with the Mechanicus people that we have for our house.
Yeah.
Just making sure that my giant Armiger is maintained properly. Just overwatching it.
Yeah. They have requisitioned a large storage room, which has been converted to a miniature Mechanicus shrine, in which you are, overseeing regular maintenance of your suit. Can you describe it?
Of course, yes. So this is Combat Armiger Suits Halvarin 604, the 6th one of the family's house. It has this large, weird shell which is sort of over it. Imagine if you looked at Titanfall stuff, you could search that up. It's kind of similar, but they have these sort of weird hunched center points of their body where the cockpit is held, and on that is this sort of very decorated shell on the top of it. It's like cut down the middle in a way where its color patterns are, where there is a white, then red, then white stripes, and then on the other side of it is this checker pattern of grey and red. It has these two large autocannon things, which are like these massive
Machine guns.
which are used as its two arms, and it has these big walker legs, which it uses to move itself around.
Yeah, massive, massive, insanely sized, machine guns that are roughly the size of 3 people.
Yes,
Autocannons.
autocannon.
Indeed, the one.
This is a sort of like scouter machine.
Yes, this is more of a troop mech rather than the ones owned by the leaders of the house, which are considerably bigger and heavier armed.
I'm a significantly low-ranking person amongst the house.
Yes.
Cousin.
Yeah.
A cadet branch of the family.
You are in this hangar. There are tech priests tending to your mech in their usual red robes and heavily augmented bodies, waving sensors of noxious smelling incense around, chanting various things, while servitors, large lobotomized human robot hybrids, carry around tools and perform general simple tasks such as welding. In the back of this room there is a particular, well, it was before sort of a life pod type thing to escape the ship in case of a crash. This has been retrofitted to drop your knight onto planet to save having to get some other sort of dedicated ship or having it take up space on another lander.
Yeah.
Escape pod to drop pod.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah, these things do not make planetfall easily, so they got to customize that shit,
Yeah, it's a very generally cumbersome shape.
especially for a cargo. Usually, I believe that night houses have specialized ships built specifically for this sort of thing.
Yes. Though due to the short notice nature of this return home, you have not been able to requisition such a ship. As such, you have had to do the best with what you have.
And that is why I look quite pissed.
Yeah.
Just throwing a little temper tantrum
Yeah,
in the cockpit of his fucking city crushing Titan.
I'm not in the cockpit. I'm looking over.
Oh, okay.
It.
Yeah.
I'm just literally just sort of like, I'm seething kind of because I'm like, the logic is like I've just been on a battlefront for multiple days and now I'm being dragged home to deal with insurgents.
Yeah, I picked you sort of standing over a balcony,
Yeah.
leaning on the railing,
Watching
overseeing
like
the
sparks
work.
fly over the shell of this like
Yeah.
blasted carapace where like the art's being retouched up as
Yeah.
well because like there's like shards of it which have been glanced off of it and stuff, like significant battle damage probably.
Yeah.
Who knows where I was? Irrelevant, really.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but we don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of, what do you look like?
I have a fairly like boot camp appearance face wise. I am buzz cut shaven. My like where there would be blue, where you'd see my veins, they're instead quite grey and blackish. I look like I've been like I don't know, like one of those situations where you're a young person, sort of like you're reaching to your middle age, but you look like you're already halfway to death because of just how stressed life gets to you. Like the wrinkles are present, the frown marks are just they were there when I was born. And I have a weird sort of like kind of visible plugged in lens where one of my eyes is that also loops around to the back of my ear and into my skull. I'm wearing kind of once more Titanfall 2 looking, but maybe a little bit more like armory, like Victorian knight armory suit, which is this sort of interface suit that I have to use. So that I'm still wearing that because I could imagine that we've been on this ship for however long, but it doesn't matter because if I change out of clothes, I'm going to change back into them soon. So if it doesn't matter, I'm just going to keep in them. And I am stinky.
Yeah. Yeah, the bro is not carrying a good scent at the moment.
No. Currently, I'd imagine I'd be wearing my helmet as... Nah, probably not.
Yeah.
Just sat somewhere on a table.
Yes, and Finn, we'll cut to you last. What are you up to
Yes.
on this ship?
I'm probably in something of a more high class area. Yeah, in a
and it-
fancier quarter, I think. And I think I'm probably just sipping Amasec and sort of covering the notes of my last mission, and then sort of going over the briefing for this upcoming one, the investigation of assumedly these insurgents.
Yes. Yes. Should we say what your mission, what the briefing says your mission is?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes, you're looking over this data slate which was given to you by the Inquisitor that is essentially training you. You are apprentice to, as is your role as an interrogator. Yes, he has given you this task to go out on your own and investigate this particular insurrection on Agalia to see if there is any chaotic taint behind it. Yes.
Excellent.
Alright, that gives everyone a general idea of who everyone is, apart from the fact Finn will
What do you look like?
yeah,
Oh,
please describe
yeah.
yourself.
I'm a shockingly young-looking man. Thanks
for
to
the profession you have, or just generally.
just generally, I'm only about 25.
Botox.
I look about 25. Yeah, pretty much. I've got Inquisitor magic. I only look about 25, but I am older.
You've been receiving those juvenile
I
treatments.
have quite a hard face. One eye is scarred over, and I'm wearing a very large sort of red coat with a large collar and a wide brimmed hat.
Alright. Yeah, that's everyone. That's what they all look like. And you're going about your day, doing your things. Finn, you have also been notified by maybe a orderly or something aboard the ship, or some sort of comms net, that you are getting close within the next couple of hours to being ready to land, and the warp jump will finish, and all is going well, until suddenly aboard the ship there is a violent shake. The power cuts out, the lights swapping to blaring red emergency lights, klaxons start wailing, there is shouting over the loudhailers across the ship, but you can't really make out what they're saying. It seems to be a bit garbled. The ship is violently moving, which is probably a problem, because most ships like this have their own gravity on the inside, so you wouldn't really be feeling any movement from the outside, so yes, bad.
Oh yeah, concerning. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
When the gravity stops working, you start to sweat.
Yeah.
And if you aren't, then you're the problem.
Yeah. Yes, then you are floating, you go, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna pack up my things as best I can, grab my gun and my whip, and make my way towards the bridge.
Alright, yep, you start heading towards the bridge. You see, as you head out into the corridor, you see various people running around, crew members, passengers, servitors. There's a general sense of hurry and panic. It seems not a lot of people really know what's going on.
Okay, is there someone who looks relatively in charge?
Yeah, you can make... Well, yes. Going down the corridor, you notice someone who you may have had contact with before. They are a sergeant of the Imperial Navy. More of a onboard soldier rather than an actual naval officer.
Voidsman at arms.
Voidsman at arms, that's
Yeah.
the one. Thank you.
I'm gonna stop him, just like by putting out my arm, and go, Sergeant. What is this emergency?
Well, it's all going frankly, sir. Apparently something's gone wrong with the Geller field.
Oh, fuck.
So we're getting ready for an emergency warp jump back to reality.
No good.
That's really bad.
Yeah. Apparently there's only a small breach. It's not completely ruined, but I'm heading down, rounding up the boys, gonna go shoot whatever goes wrong. Well, at least gonna try. What about you, sir?
Well, considering, it's a Geller breach, I will be following you.
Oh, good to hear.
If
Right.
anything goes wrong, your service will be rewarded.
Oh, well, that's good to know. All right. Well, it's in the lower decks, so Yeah, rounding up as many men as I can on the way. Got the comnet active. Want me to patch you in?
Yes, please. I'm putting my Vox speed.
Yeah. Yeah, so now you are patched into the Voxnet. You just hear a lot of barking of orders. From some ends, you start hearing the fire of projectile weapons. It's shotguns mostly.
I'm gonna pick up the pace a bit.
Yeah. Alright, yep, and you are running with the sergeant. He is picking up other Voidsmen at arms as he is going. And now, Ethan, all this has started happening. The red robe tech priest running around around working on your map.
My map.
Your map. Working on your knight have gone into a state of panic, it seems. They don't know what's going on more than anyone. The servitors, however, are continuing to work on it as if nothing is happening. Ship is shaking. You are in your position. Your helmet is probably vibrated off the table.
Yeah, I'd immediately run to get it because it's a sacred item.
Yeah. Yes, what would you like to do?
Grab helmet, don helmet. Is there anything going on in the any radio that's saying anything that's occurring right now?
Yeah, you can hear voices shouting over the loud hailers, which put into normal terms, just sort of speakers around the ship, but it is garbled and muffled. If you would like, you can make an awareness check to try and determine what they're saying.
First roll of the game.
First roll of the game, now.
How good am I at being aware?
Yeah, now, people...
Crap!
Oh no. I'm not going to set this as a high difficulty.
I have 3 dice.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's true, actually. 2 is poor, so...
Yeah.
My awareness requires my intelligence skill. So let's explain real quickly what we're going to say when we say things.
Yeah.
How you roll a skill check is that you use whatever the number is relevant to the skill. You roll that many dice, but you take one of those dice and make them different. That is your Wrath die.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain what Wrath die is real quick, Jay?
Yeah. Well, if you roll a 1 on the Wrath die, something goes horribly wrong, although it may still work out, but that entirely depends. Wrath if you roll a 1, that just means there's some sort of complication. If you roll a 6, that means something goes well. In most cases, however, it just gives you a glory, unless it's in combat, in which case you score a critical hit.
And to be clear, we are rolling d6s. This game is a d6 system.
Yes.
That's all you need to know.
Oh, and 4 and 5s on the d6 counts as successes, 6s count as 2s.
Cool.
And for the people that are completely uninitiated in TTRPGs in general, D6 is a normal dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those bog standard Monopoly dice.
Yep.
We got 4 successes.
And McDonald's.
And that's where we're going to take a pause.
Yeah. Okay, Ethan, how many of those successes were 6s?
One of them.
One of them. Okay, so that means you can do what's called a shift.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you can take away one of those 6s, assuming the amount you would have left would still be enough to succeed the test. And I was saying that was only difficulty 2, so you've got enough.
Sweet.
So there are a few different things you can do. When you shift a die, you can do one of a few things. You can either gain extra information, you get to ask me a question. You can improve the quality of your success, I can just figure out some extra benefits for you. You can improve the speed, means you do the thing quicker. You can, if this is an attack roll, every shift gets you 1 extra die of damage.
Yo, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. Or you can shift for glory. You can shift to get a point of glory.
Which is a group die.
Yeah, group cumulative resource. But the thing is, with any of them, if you're able to shift multiple die, you'd be able to do it multiple times. Like you could improve speed twice, or improve speed and improve quality of a roll. But you can't shift for multiple glory. You can only get 1 glory per roll.
Oh, and glory resets at the start of each session or each scene?
Each session.
Right, okay.
You have a maximum glory pool equal to 6 or...
2 plus the amount of players?
Yep, but that's the same either way. So you have a glory pool of 6. You can only have up to 6.
So we can only fit 6 in the heart.
How many do we have?
You now, if you choose to shift this, would have 1 glory.
I will do that. Let's have a glory.
You shift for glory.
Play the glory sound effect, Ethan. Wow, what a fun sound effect.
Yeah, that was a great sound effect. But yes, over this loud hailer, you are able to make out the muffled words of prepare for emergency return to real space. Repeat, prepare for emergency return to real space.
How do I do that? I know how to do that.
Yeah.
But Jay, how do I do that?
Well, well, actually, maybe since it is an emergency return, you would not actually know to do that. Depends on your luck if how well versed you.
Actually, you're fucking stupid.
No, you're a dumbass. You're a silly little guy.
Fair enough.
Make me a piloting check.
Oh, I'm fucking great at those.
Yeah.
All right, I get to roll 9 dice.
Hot damn.
Why? When would you use it in your everyday life?
Oh, I don't fucking know. Gestures to giant walking suit.
Yeah.
Shopping. Boy, we're getting another glory.
Oh damn.
Play the sound effect.
I'll say this was difficulty
7,
3.
8, 9. Oh, it's too bad, mate. I'll succeed.
Oh no.
And I guess because I have 2 of these, I can use them cumulatively, but I can only get 1 glory.
You can only get 1 glory.
So
but
I
you
will
can
also
get...
do this fast.
Okay. Yep. Oh, you think fast. You're able to interact quickly. When you're making an emergency void jump, that you've essentially got to brace for impact. It is like a massive shunt to the ship. In fact, based on your your knight's current position, it may topple or something.
Oh, fuck.
Though there is rigging around it that may save it. Who knows?
I can't do anything.
Yeah, you
it's
can't.
towering.
Yeah.
I will get to the closest railing and hold for dear
Yeah.
life.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. And now, you get there. You're braced. Now, boing, we'll go over.
The transition sound
Yeah, that's
effect.
the transition.
Is that the
sound.
fucking Conquest of Elysium summon effect?
It is. I guess it is. I wasn't thinking about it like that, but we will go over to what's happening with Rhys. Rhys, yes, you see
Yep.
all of this. The lights, the klaxons, the...
I mean, after I hear that, I imagine all of the Marines in the room just run out like, holy shit, something's happening, we've got to fucking move.
Yeah, your good old sergeant, he basically yells up, "We're making an emergency jump back into real space. Something wrong with the Geller field. Go around, make sure everyone's okay. Be careful. Something may have gotten on."
Ordered, sir.
Yeah.
I'll deal with anything I see.
All right. Okay, he just starts assigning position, areas of the ship to get to every different... And then he goes, "Barimetrius, you check out the engineerium."
Understood. As I
Alright.
immediately start running.
Yep.
Shaking the whole fucking corridor.
Yeah,
as I
you're
go.
sort of having to also
I like the
wade through people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea that at one point you get stuck behind a little odd lady who's just walking right in the middle of the corridor and you can't get past her.
Miss, could you please move, miss? Could you please? Oh, please move.
Just looks at you. You notice she's in the red robes of a tech priest, and then you just hear the noise of an engine revving, and then she speeds off.
And today we have learned
She doesn't
the tone of
change
this
her pose.
campaign.
She's still just like this. It's just...
Her Zimmer frame becomes like a gear shift. It goes.
Yeah. All right. Yep, you're running down. Next is the Michael.
Me.
Yep. You are in a similar position to Ethan. No one seems to really know what's going on. People are going around picking up their weapons. What would you like to do?
I'll put my helmet on.
Yep.
And I basically wait for the Tempesta to give the order.
Eventually, your Tempesta seems to be listening to something in his helmet. Right. Seems Gellerfield's fracked.
Oh, great.
We're in a bit of a pickle. Yeah. Brace for impact.
All right.
Everyone just starts to hold onto the legs of their bed.
Yeah. All right. Ethan is braced. Rhys is running.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finn is
He's
also
just,
running.
Trammed into a wall as the ship stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael, what would you like to do? Would you like to react in any way? You're going to brace?
I'm going to brace.
Okay. You could make me perhaps an athletics. I mean, unless you can think of anything else.
I'm okay with athletics. I'll take athletics.
All right.
Checks out. Thank God I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Mine's poor.
Mine is also poor.
Here I go. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, dearie ye.
I got a 6 on my wrath dice.
Oh, yeah, you gain the glory.
Oh, that means we're at 3.
Yeah, 3 glory.
I count 8 successes.
8 holy moly, milly maloli.
We're doing okay.
Yeah, this
would seem.
was only...
I would like to shift for a glory and do it fast.
Okay, yep, shift for a glory.
Does that mean we
Okay.
get 4 now? We're at 4.
Yeah, you're at floor.
Actually, I don't know how many of those were successes.
It's going to be difficulty 3.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I can.
Yeah, Jay really expected us to not be doing too well.
No, I was expecting these to be easy tasks.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll
This is
shift
where
for-
we're going to grind for the glory, because we're going to be like, oh, you meet a demon, and then we're like, no, we don't. Michael,
we
snipe him.
Yeah.
Make him not
be
here.
damage.
Dude is hungry.
Doesn't matter that he's immaterial. Michael has an immaterial gun.
I'll send his ass back to where it belongs. But no, yeah, I'm gonna shift for a glory and do it fast. That still gives me 4.
Still gives you 4?
Yeah.
Alright. Suddenly there is a big jolt. Royce and Barimetrius, you're sort of jolted, you're sort of swaying, but the corridors are clogged, so sort of no one falls over. It's just a pool of people going around.
Oh, thank God I don't fall over.
Yeah. Oh no, the little tech priest lady gets squished.
Yeah, eventually.
Gallius and Amaros, you are braced, you are ready, it all happens. You see as your Amaros, you see as your Armiger sort of does jolt in its place, but luckily the scaffolding built around it has held it. But you do see a lot of the servitors doing all the welding work just fall off because obviously there's no banisters on any of this scaffolding.
No brain in there to tell him to.
Yeah,
No, there's a brain in there.
Yeah.
They just can't control what they're
It's
doing.
lobotomized.
Yeah, you just... Yeah, you hear a loud crack and a crunch and a squelch as one of them falls directly on its skull. It is... Yeah, and it's just sort of twitching with electronic pulses going through its body.
Damn.
Is there any tech priest nearby?
Yeah, the tech priests, they are in a general state of panic. They're not really responding as you would expect them to with their sort of usual rational, logical approach. They are rattled.
What's going through Amaros's mind is like, I want to tell these tech priests or whatever, their servitor's broken, in a way which is just sort of like, I don't care about this thing. Because we're not really supposed to. But I see they aren't going to listen, so I don't bother.
I mean, you could attempt to rally them if you wanted.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, give me a leadership test.
Oh, I'm really good at those. I'm actually very good at those. Leadership isn't an ability.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Where is it? I'm illiterate.
L.
Oh yeah, it's 5. I got 5 of them.
Nice.
I'm not actually as good as I thought I was. Persuasion is where I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm a very persuasive little bugger.
Yeah, you use the magical power of wordsmithing to get what you want.
Give me your door hinge.
Why would you want that?
Makes sense to me.
Give-
Here you go.
I want it.
Okay. I have 5 successes, 1 crit success. Does that surpass?
Yeah, I was going to call it difficulty 5 to get them all back under wraps.
No extra glory this time.
Wait, is it a 3 that's a success or is it a 4?
4.
4s and higher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4s and 5 are 1, 6 is a 2.
This is 6.
Cool. Wibbly wibbly wormy 6.
Yeah, so that you what do you do to sort of rally them?
Your servitor is broken. Fix it.
Yeah, they're just sort of looking around. Collectively notice the servitor. There are like 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, I
In
thought
the-
one of them fell. Did all of them?
That was one of the servitors. I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
There's 3 like tech priests.
Oh right.
Yeah, a couple of the servitors did fall, but the good old Mr. Squelchhead is the only one that's definitely fatally injured.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't want it getting anywhere near the chassis. It might break it.
Yep. So, yeah, the tech priests go over. They run over it to it. Each pick a limb and start lifting it up, though it's a bit lopsided because there's a spare limb that's just dragging along the floor, and they're just taking it away from the knight to assumedly put into some sort of garbage chute.
Yeah.
Alright.
We gotta set the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, put that shit right in the poo hole.
Yeah, indeed.
Just like cramming it in a toilet.
Yeah, pushing it down with the plunger.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's one of them that's just sort of jumping on it to get
The
it.
other ones, yeah, they got like 3 different jobs.
Yeah.
One of them's making sure that the water's coming up. The
Yeah.
other one's squishing it down, and one of them's repeatedly flushing
Yeah.
the toilet handle.
Yeah.
Who does number 2 work for?
Brother, push them farther. I am trying, father.
Yeah.
Father.
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 The Omnisire is not pleased with the functionality of this expulsion machine.
Yes. Michael, you're the other one that braced. Cut to you, your Tempesta Prime is just standing there, listening again into the helmet. He's got sort of finger over ear hole, and just goes, frack. Alright, no easy way to say this. The ship's being pulled back into the warp.
What
Good.
Yeah.
You probably know that now as well.
Yeah, that's not great. Okay, we got a couple options. Apparently there's some fighting going on. We could either go assist with that, or we could begin evacuation. We need to get people onto savior pods.
And evacuate them into the warp.
No,
Before we go back
yeah,
in.
Oh.
In
yeah,
this instance, the ship's going, but we're getting out before the ship falls.
yeah,
Evacuation sounds good.
Yeah.
I think we should do evacuation.
yeah. Cogboys.
I'm sorry.
Boy, that's funny.
The cock boys.
That's
That's what you said.
The cogboys.
Oh,
ICOG.
I thought you said cock
I
boys.
definitely heard
Because tech
boy.
priests.
Yeah.
Cock
But yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Cock boy. How am I the only one who didn't hear that? I'm the one that's queer.
You're close.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one who's queer.
That is true.
But yeah,
I mean, look at him.
Weirdos. Bunch of you. Unlike me, I'm 10 foot tall.
That's true. You are. Yeah. Outside of the game.
but yeah. Unless the cogboys can get the Geller field back up, it is not somewhere we want to be. So, right, men, get to it.
And they're quite busy flushing
Yeah.
a servitor down the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah, split into your squads. You are part of a 5-man squad out of this 20-man group. Squad Alpha, go check the upper decks, check the bridge, make sure there's nothing going on in there. Squad Beta, Engineerium, get those crew out. That's you.
So wait, we're doing the evacuation.
Yeah, you
Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay.
Specifically at the site of danger.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't know that. He said we can either
That's
fight
true.
or evacuate, so
Yeah.
I think
All
I'm
right.
in the clear.
The command squad and squad Gamma, we're going to go and see what's going on with this apparent tear in the field, see if anything's made its way through. Good luck, everyone. Finn, you're heading to the rear of the ship. You're now, you've got a
Yeah.
decent-sized squad, but there seems total panic going on. They finally seem to have fixed the loudhailers so people can hear what's going on. We are getting pulled back into the warp. Get to the savior pods and get off the ship.
Is that loudspeaker?
Yeah. Yeah.
As soon as I hear that, you just see my face darts forward, and I just grab 2 handfuls of people and start running.
Yeah. Okay.
Come with me if you want to live.
I'm just going to say, do not fear, I'm taking you to the savior pods.
Yeah. The people seem in shock and fear.
Probably starstruck as well.
I just shout, follow me!
Make a leadership test.
Okay.
I'm adding +1 to the difficulty because of your salamander gene flaw.
It'd do that.
Intimidating.
It'd do that.
Yeah. Do you have any organs that could improve your roll? Yes, if he has an organ that could be relevant to the situation, he gets to add an extra die to his pool.
Would we say that the multi-lung could be used for extra shouting?
What does the multi-lungs ability provide?
It allows me. It basically just adds an additional lung, which allows me to,
Breathe better.
breathe better. Yeah,
Well, I'll be.
Inhale more air, hold your breath.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I can hold my breath very well. It also works well with.
It's a third lung. It makes his dick work.
No, it's the dick lung.
I can breathe water.
No, but,
Oh, nice.
So obviously he's like, oh, can it do this? It's just like, but what is the rule?
I can breathe. This is just like the law. It's not rules.
They don't have rules with them. It's basically if any organ can
If
be
it
applied to
applies.
the situation, you get
Yeah, then you get a +1.
Because I'm a night pilot, can I just like punch a guy and no one care?
But yeah, no. So
No, that's something.
actually, technically, the multi-lung wouldn't work here.
Yeah.
I can do it, but with one less die. He gets
No, there is nothing that can help here. So
Okay, yeah.
I'm doing this with a 3.
All right. 3. Ooh.
That is 1 for success.
What about your wrath die?
That was the wrath die.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you could use a point of wrath to reroll all fails.
We also have 4 points of glory.
Yeah, so how the rolling thing works is you can use a wrath point to reroll all fails. Then after the reroll, you can use glory to add
Okay.
additional dice.
I'll do a wrath point. This seems worth it. You know, I'm trying to save the people.
We get them back at the.
I'm calling this difficulty 5.
That's not worth trying then.
Well, no, use a wrath, reroll to see if you get any successes, and then spend the rest of glory to try and reach it if you need to succeed. We've been getting you glory.
Yeah, we have
That's
like
true.
4.
Yeah, we matched Jay.
Okay. So that's we
That
are
takes you to
at
4 successes.
4. Yeah. So what was the other glory thing that you did with that? Do you remember?
Afterwards, yeah, you can use a point of glory, and for every one you get an extra die you can roll.
Okay.
We have 4.
Shall I use another?
You have to say...
Choose, and you chose 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have 3 now
Oh, what?
because you just rolled 1 die.
Yeah. Well, you didn't. Nobody told me I had to say that before.
I'll let you go and do it now,
Okay.
but for
I'll do
future.
2.
Okay.
Oh, nice. I did it.
5.
Alright. Yep, so, yeah, they sort of go to attention there. Yeah, you've sort of rallied the crowd. They're all paying attention to you now.
Nice. I'm just going to say, follow along with me. I will lead you to the savior pods and we'll get out of here alive.
All right.
Perfect running formation.
Are you evacuating as well?
Yes.
You're leaving.
Well, I mean, I'm getting them to the pods
Who
first.
cares about the civilians? That's like the
Okay.
gimmick.
No, that was my question.
But,
Are you leaving with them?
I am leaving with them, yes, because if I don't leave with them, there's no guarantee they'll survive after that. They're just civilians. I need to be there to keep them alive.
Okay, cool.
I assume, have I heard any actually transmissions from the sergeant here?
Yep. You just get update to orders. Get them to the savior pods. We're in big trouble.
I grabbed the old lady.
She's covered in wires and spurs.
Yeah. She's considerably heavier than everyone else.
It's all right. I'm a beefy boy. I got this.
She's the weight of like a lead Roomba.
Yeah.
Finn, you've been running along. You have somehow met up with some Tempestus Scions along the way. They also seem to be heading in that direction that you were heading with the Navy.
I've still got the Voidsman.
Yeah, you hear the Voidsman Sergeant shout out, right, we're nearly there.
To the Engineerium. May the Emperor be with you. And I'm going to bolt, turn around and run.
Telling them to go, or are you saying you're going to the Engineerium?
To the Engineerium.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I
then
see.
turns and runs.
Yeah. Right, you've still got me baffled. Are you going, or are you telling them to go?
He's telling them to
don't-
go and then running.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I say it and I run in a random direction, Jay.
I'm going to go with them. I'm going to go
Okay,
with
you're.
them.
Oh, I didn't think that was what you were doing at all.
I was really expecting
I didn't think
half
so
of the
either.
group to be cowards. Just like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to.
Yeah. We got half the group as cowards, one of them that isn't particularly fast, and then one of them that is probably too brave for his own
Yeah.
good.
I'm brave,
I have
I'm
to
not
keep
stupid.
myself preserved for the family.
Yeah.
If I come back dead, they're going to hammer arm you guys into
They're gonna
hell.
kill me!
Well, no, I mean, it's more so like...
Yeah.
I've got diplomatic immunity. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, but a lot of people get turned into servitors just because, like, you killed one of our house.
I'm assuming you're just gonna jump in like the drop pod for the mech and just go.
Well, I'm going to ask Jay some questions, actually, about that exactly right now, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
I'm going to kind of guess that I'm not supposed to be in the mech while it drops.
It will definitely be a rough landing. I mean, it does have stuff to resist shock when you're inside of it, though it will definitely not be comfortable. Yeah, it will sort of be going on jet propulsion engines until it reaches some sort of atmosphere.
And we don't know where we're landing.
Yeah,
No, I think you're just shooting into space.
yeah. Though it does have a onboard computer that will take it to a planet, assuming it doesn't run out of fuel by then.
And back to the point, we don't know where we're landing.
Yeah,
I think, despite it being a bumpy ride, I can't lose my Armiger.
yeah,
So I will eject with my Armiger.
yeah.
I would have
Yeah,
done the same.
it will be the equivalent of essentially going down in a Space Marine drop pod when you get to the planet.
Checks out.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, bullet.
Yeah, they shoot.
Yeah, no.
They shoot the planet and guys come out the bullet.
There's a great description in one of the books I read.
Oh yeah, read it right now.
Yeah. Find the book and then find the page and then read it.
And then credit the author so that we don't
Dramatise
get,
it.
so we don't get lawyered.
So yeah, that's cleared up now. Finn, you're running with the guys. You
Yep. Am I with this guy?
no, the essentially where they were heading was where the Geller field essentially first breached. He's heading to the Engineerium, which is near the core of the ship. So you're essentially going to the rim of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you've as you've kept going further, the group of people have got thinner and thinner, though they have all really been heading in the other direction to which you are going.
Actually, I want to just quickly retcon. I'm not jumping on the savior pod as well. I'm running to the engineering. I'm thinking it's the bigger savior of life. If we were to stop this from being pulled back in the warp.
Yeah.
You're just directing people. It's just like anyone who comes past you is just like
Exactly.
The drop pods are that way. Run that way.
Exactly. I'm just making sure that I'm exactly like you said. Yeah, just getting everybody towards a drop pod as best I can, whilst also going for the mission.
Yeah.
Unlike me, right out.
Yeah, no, this is none of my business. You all go. Finn, you've kept running, and eventually you have seemed to have... You've reached a point where instead of the blaring of engines, blaring of klaxons and flashing of red lights, there is silence and darkness. But though you do hear some sort of scrabbling and scraping coming further down the corridor that you're at.
This is Interrogator Reus Vertitas of the Emperor's Holy Inquisition. You have 5 seconds to identify yourself before the Voidsmen open fire.
Yeah. You hear the sound of renting metal coming from the sort of walls down the line.
Fuck it, fire!
Yeah, you see all of the troopers and voidsmen, they've formed sort of a line, they've here guns out, mag lights clipped to the bottom of the guns.
Nice.
And then you just see this large, fleshy mass charging down the corridor. It's got clawed hands, a singular eye and a head. It's very bloated. It's got sort of a worm-like body, tentacles sprouting from its skull as it's sort of struggling to fit through the corridor, so it's having to pull itself through.
It sounds like he needs to do a corruption save.
That is a...
I did tell... Are they not shooting?
They are.
Yeah, they are
But
shooting.
you see it.
Yeah, you see it. Please, yeah, that's the point. Do please make me a corruption test.
I'm really good at those.
Probably comes with the territory.
You'd hope, wouldn't you?
Well, actually, to be fair, is it the increase? What is your
Right, give me
That's a
is
good
your-
point. Yeah, what is your Ordo?
Hereticus?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
if it's doing the
Hereticus.
trades, yeah.
I get a +2 bonus.
Not Demonica.
Yeah,
No.
+2 bonus dice, and then it is
I believe it is
determination,
willpower.
Will, yeah.
Oh wait, no, not
William!
I think it's conviction.
I think it's
Conviction.
Make
Yeah.
a conviction test.
Which is just equal to your will.
Do I get a wrath dice with this, right?
You do get a wrath dice.
If it goes bad, it's bad.
That's 3 successes, 2 failures.
4 successes.
Remember,
not a
6's
six.
acts is
What's a 6?
2 successes.
6 is give you
Oh
2.
yeah, 4 successes.
Yep, you are fine. You resist the corruption. Seems that some of the people are wavering. This is like, especially the Navy people. The Scions are a bit more disciplined. One's firing with a hotshot volley gun, which is a more rapid-fire version of the regular hotshot las gun they would be equipped with. The Tempesta is firing a bolt pistol down the line. There's all a wall of fire that is seeming to get sort of absorbed into this creature's flesh rather than actually dealing any damage. But yes, the shots seem to be ineffectual against this beast. It is just... Could you make a scholar test, Finn?
It's 4s and ups the successes.
Yeah.
2 successes.
2 successes. You think... Well, the reason it's not taking damage may be something to do with the ship getting pulled back into the warp.
Okay.
Can't do much about that.
No.
Don't you have a good gun?
I do have a good gun, but it's being pulled back into the warp. Voidsman, retreat! Scions, cover our exit!
Alright, yep. Yeah.
May the Emperor be with you!
Please make a leadership test. I was not expecting this roll to come up as much as it did, I'll admit.
Well, to be fair, I mean, like...
Wait, shit, who did I tell to...
You
Scion.
told those
Science to stay behind, Voidsman to join you.
I meant it the other way round.
You can
You
say
can
it the
do
other way
that,
around.
Other way round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry!
Voidsmen, cover our exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You roll a 1 on the leadership. As I say, go!
6 on the
they
Wrath.
swap around.
All the others are fails.
Oh, Wrath critical. Gain a glory.
Glory.
No, we're at 3!
Back up to 3.
But
So,
unfortunately...
Is that 2 successes?
Yeah, that's 2 successes. Unfortunately, no. The Voidsman arms seem to be breaking and running as well.
Worse fair. I did see a big block
That's fine, all I have to do is run faster than them.
Yeah.
What's your agility in comparison
I mean,
to
again,
theirs?
knowing you were probably at the back anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here to lead, not to bleed.
True.
I'm here to make a thneed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna turn and run.
How bad could I be?
Yeah, I'm just a bee.
I'm just a bee.
Yeah.
Look in the corner.
There is a bee. Alright, yep. And now we will... So remind me, who was going to the engineering? Michael was and Rhys was?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that not where I am?
And I've
No,
ejected.
no,
You were going to the Gallowfield.
Yeah, well, the section of the Gellerfield that was initially breached. Okay, so yeah, Michael, you do actually come.
I do.
Yeah. You're running this way, running against the flow of people. It seems a lot of them have got the idea, though people are thinning out when it comes to getting close to the engineerium. You hear like gunfire coming from within, and you see.
Oh, bloody hell, I thought this was the safe part.
You also reach the point at the same time as an Astartes.
Guardsman.
Big,
My God, the Emperor's Angels. Hello.
Certainly. Let's keep it moving. The engineering needs protecting.
yeah, and you see
Right.
like the pretty much this is going into dark corridor. This is another case where it seems power has been cut around there. You just see out of the darkness runs a sort of screaming, flailing man. Yeah, he's just sort of in workers' coveralls, got like rubber gloves on, hard hat, and he's just going, ah! Oh frack, oh frack, oh frack, Emperor's
Welcome.
arse! Ah!
Calm yourself. What's the situation?
Someone blew a bloody melter charge in the Gellerfield generator.
So there's a sabotage.
It's a bloody sabotage.
Is it repairable?
I don't. It's not in any good time.
Sire.
We're getting dragged back in. It's all going wrong. We're gonna die.
Sorry, did you pass any tech priests on your way here?
Not that I'm aware
Not
of.
a single one, okay.
Could you lose
Were you still
the old
dragging
woman?
the old lady?
Busy on the bar.
No, I put her in the savior pod.
Okay, good.
Is all hope lost?
Unless someone can fix a Gellerfield real bloody quick.
If it's been melter charged, there's no bloody way that's getting fixed in time. We have to get off this ship. We're fucking dead.
I can't fix one slowly. You bring your squad with me. We'll get off this place alive.
Cool.
All right, so
It's not my squad though.
all right,
You're a part of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good enough for me.
Oh, I'll come with you, sirs.
Of course.
Yeah.
Come along. We'll make a conga line.
You
Oh,
get
conga-
eaten
yeah.
by like the meat there.
Thank you. Thank you. Rob Norris is my name, and running away from things is what I'm doing right now.
Barimetrius 67, battle brother of the Salamanders.
Oh, that's good to know. Blooming heck and
As I sort of start walking, I'm leading the way, and I'm sort of
Yeah.
I'm just keeping an eye out in front, obviously.
Yeah.
I am staying behind the safest person to stay behind. The Space Marine.
Yeah.
He's got an extra lung.
Yeah, no,
So hard.
that's the only thing I have that's of note. I'm just a normal guy with an extra line.
Yeah.
It's great. Life is good.
All right, and Ethan, now we'll jump back to you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, like, eject, no?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'm off the ship.
It'll take time to actually get the knight loaded into the pod because it was sort of in the center of this.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I just imagine it's one of those situations where, like, I've ran to it.
Yeah.
There's very likely sort of, like, a part of my extensive piloting training which is just like, how to get in your knight as fast as possible.
Yeah.
He's flipping through the handbook really
Yeah.
quickly. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
It's in his mind palace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just sort of. You're just running up the scaffolding, opening the hatch in the back, jumping in.
All right, and then I do the thing that's disgusting and gross.
Yeah.
I have what's effectively a long like light bulb socket that's plugged into my eye, and I plug it into the Armiger, and that's how I link to it.
Yep, and your view shifts. You are no longer a little guy running around. You are a big stompy robot with stompy robot gun arms.
Yeah.
You have sort of scaffolding built around you.
I'm just fucking pushing it out of the way and
Yeah.
trudging very
Another couple of
fastly.
servitors go splat.
Yeah.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
not- who cares?
I mean the tech priests are out the way.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're on the toilet.
And also,
Yeah.
like, anyone that's on this ship is going to get ripped apart in the warp.
Yeah.
So what matters is the preservation of the important characters.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, like, you have...
Servitor number 7.
Oh, no, he hit his
It
head.
was the
Oh,
guy that's in the
shit.
toilet,
Yeah.
getting a swirly right now,
Yeah.
close to death.
There were 7 naughty servitors jumping on the bed.
Oh, no. One fell off and...
Squish.
and squished his head. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to the tech priest and
One
the tech
fell off
priest
and
said, "Oh
fixed his
frack,
head."
we're going into the warp."
Really got their priorities out of shape. They should really get rid of the servitor first.
Yeah.
True.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
Just imagine,
but-
I'm just
Yeah.
pushing all the scaffolding out of the way. It's
Yeah.
falling everywhere.
Yeah, you have sort of, well, essentially a HUD from where you are connected to your thing.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see overall thing. It's in mostly working order. Could do with a bit of sacred oiling and stuff. Though you do notice, unfortunately, your guns are currently unloaded. They have not been loaded since arriving on the ship.
No matter.
Yeah.
We make our way to our drop pod.
Yep. You've broken away all the scaffolding. It's collapsed around you, along with the servitors. They don't matter. They're not people.
No, they aren't.
Yeah, they're just pieces of kit that can get out the way in this current moment.
Wooden staplers.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, you're sort of like this savior / drop pod thing is this big door in the side of the cargo hold. You run into there. You can either activate it vocally via... I mean, they have the the door servitor in there that can respond to sound.
Servitor.
Yeah. Or you could activate the console to do it by hand. But yeah, there's just this Yeah, so if you're running straight in, there's this little skull with a
Skull, yeah.
yeah, skull. Yes, well, not really servo skull. It's just built into the wall. It is some sort of a servitor.
Okay.
It just has a speaker next to it and a vox unit in its mouth.
Yeah, I'll just use the voice command.
Yeah.
Open.
Opening.
The moment there's just like a leg's worth of room in there, I'm just gonna shove the leg of the Armiger in there, just sort of like pry it faster.
Yeah.
Falling into the warp. The time is to be agent. We need agency.
Yeah.
Opening.
Blasted machine.
Opening it at increased pace.
It's ever so slightly quicker.
Why didn't you do that from the fucking start? That's why you get put in a wall. Shit like that.
This man definitely pissed on a sidewalk to get turned into this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Defecation on the sidewalk of the Imperial Palace is punishable by perpetua servitutum, whatever it is.
He got caught by an arbiter. He's running like Officer Earl.
He sold a really off fish.
True.
Yeah.
The pettiest reasons.
Door will be
only
opened
£1.
in 15 seconds. 14 seconds, and you feel another massive jolt as the ship shakes. And
Can I run through the door?
yeah, I mean, you can make a piloting check to sort of maneuver yourself in, despite it not being fully open.
Yeah, because if you break the door, at least you're just gonna fly out in space afterwards, isn't it?
So see. That's not good.
Oh, that isn't good.
Wrath 1.
Wrath 1. Oh, that's not good.
And actually, I rolled terribly.
Oh, you did roll
I
terribly.
got 3 successes and a Wrath 1.
Okay.
So the dawn breaks.
Yeah.
Everyone dies.
You actually explode.
And your dick explodes first.
Yeah.
Like a sausage.
Nothing could be worse than this! Wait!
Yeah. Well, 3, that does get you in. You're able to sort of shoulder your way through. You get into the pod.
Yeah.
But you sort of whack the door on your way in, and then you just hear the servitor say, "Obstruction detected in doorway. Rebooting. 1 minute."
Oh my god.
Can I get out of the suit and just like kill the servitor?
Why would you get out of the
That
suit
wouldn't
for that?
fix anything.
Yeah, but it would be
It
frustrating.
would actually make it worse.
The servitor
Yeah.
wouldn't be doing
Yeah.
his job anymore.
I mean, yeah, you could get out and roll ballistic skill if you want.
That's long.
It is long. And I don't know,
I mean, you could just poke out the top.
yeah.
You've got
Oi! Bang.
you've got the auto cannons. Use those.
They aren't armed.
They're not loaded.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
I have a foot attack.
For reference, I did a little slap of the face motion.
Foot. No, I'm just gonna get in and wait.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
I feel like 1 minute isn't actually that long. Like urgency is needed, but 1 minute of urgency can be given up
Yeah. that's
because
very
they're gonna whatever they're doing is gonna take more than a minute.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a point. Behind you, Michael and Rhys, you just hear, and
There's a gnome!
and
I'll cover our exits, go on behind. You go in front of me. I'm gonna deal with these.
yeah,
Don't need to tell me twice, sir.
and you're just sort of feeling a rumbling coming down the corridor.
So I'm just gonna sort of move to the back, and as I'm running, I'm just gonna take fires. I was like, into the fires of battle, onto the anvil of war.
And there is just this little horde of, well, it's sort of a mixture. There's these little green fleshy bodies,
Yeah.
little green masses running at you, giggling, making obscene gestures, and mixed in with them are essentially what seems to be little pieces of animated fire. Though they are sort of brawling their way down the corridor. They are
with their claws.
they're charging, but at any moment, like any chance they get, one of the little fire ones will like smack one of the little fat ones out the way, or the fat one will just eat one of the fire ones, and then it'll pop.
So presumably, obviously, conviction test comes next.
Yep.
You see funny things, but you should be fine.
That is a 4 successes.
Yep, you're fine. And these things are just, I mean, they're not pouring very quickly due to them all having tiny little legs.
Yeah.
What was the DC?
The DC there was 3.
He got 6.
Ooh.
So
Not on my wrath.
It can be
you can
6
do
on anything.
Yeah, but
You
if,
can-
if he shifts it, it'll only be 2 successes.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it turns into 1, doesn't it?
No, it gets rid of all the 6 successes.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
okay. In
My
that case,
bad.
we'll be shifting
But
nothing.
it's good for him to know for later. I
Thank you.
suppose.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, yeah, so these are just piling behind you. Are you just firing into them?
Yes.
All right, yeah, roll me ballistic skill.
Cool. We'll do.
He has un pistol.
Yeah. That big old cool pistol that blows people up.
If I don't turn around, whatever's there isn't.
Okay.
Kind of like literally, in a way, because if you're an atheist, quite literally, is that the case?
That is 6 successes.
6 successes. Yeah. How many?
10 damage at base and with an ED.
Oh
of
no,
one.
this
Sorry,
won't be a damage. This will just be
cool.
a culling the numbers / sewing them down. Sort
Yeah,
of
cool.
roll. Yeah. So how many 6s did you roll?
That was 1.
1 6. And how many successes did you say? Sorry.
6.
6. Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll allow you to shift that for something. You can do a glory or an improvement to the roll. Well, yeah.
I'll do an improvement in the way of I want to just gun down more of them and
Yeah,
slow them down further.
Yeah. So that's improve success. Yeah. You just sort of mag dumping into them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You just hear it every so often. There'll be a pop and a fizzle out. You are somewhat effectively holding these little creatures back.
Yeah.
And then you just hear from that Rob guy who you've picked up. Ah, they was them. Ah,
Don't look!
ah,
Everyone face forward!
they weren't in there when I was.
This man's pathetic.
All right. Yeah. So, where you? Yeah. Just to be clear, Michael and Rhys, where are you heading?
Save your pods.
Okay. Yep. Save your pods. Yeah. There are luckily. Well, you would need to get to sort of the edge of the ship to get to one of them. Engineering is in a pretty central position, so it'll take a couple minutes. Yeah, and all right, and Finn, you are running away from the
Warp spawn.
warp spawn, and you just so happen to. Oh no! What a convenient coincidence! You bump into these people running away from the Engineerium. Yeah, it's another group of scions. Michael, you notice well, that is Gamma and Command Squad.
Oh, sir,
Yes.
already back from your mission.
We can't kill it. We got evacuation's our only option.
Can't kill what, sir?
Anything.
Yeah.
I like the idea that we've just kind of run past you.
Yeah.
No, run!
Yeah.
What?
And then you run into the next swarm of demons, and you're like, "Run away to the round! Find a different way!"
As you're talking, you just hear a sort of the sound of a crackling flame and a shout. Your Tempesta Prime looks down. There is a burning spreading across his body.
Oh, dear God!
And he falls to the floor and starts rolling, but the flame doesn't go out.
Someone
There's
put
this-
us to someone in
There's
his misery.
just a pink fire spreading around him. Yeah.
Dear God.
You saying someone and his misery? You
Fine, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
I pull out the plasma pistol and just end him.
Yeah. You give
Good
him,
Lord!
You
that
give-
was quick.
You give him the Emperor's mercy, and the rest of his body is turned to dust. Just turned to charred ashes very quickly. Not even bones remain.
I want to get off the ship. I want to
Yeah.
get off the ship
Yeah.
This
right
ship
fucking
is
now.
doomed.
Agreed.
Retreat.
Yeah.
It is doomed.
You see this laughing group of these pink tentacled fleshy things bounding
seen
down the
them.
corridor. Some of them have these lumps of fire in their hands that they seem to be getting ready to throw.
I need to make a roll, don't I? Because I've seen them.
Yeah, make me your corruption.
I've only got 2 dice.
Dang. You're...
Fuck.
He ain't got
No successes.
Oh no!
Oh, shit.
Points of corruption.
What? You could make a.
Oh, we have glory.
Yeah.
We have 3.
Yeah.
Use the glory. We don't want you to get
You
mutated.
can
in the
also
first
make a
fucking
wrath
episode.
roll. It'll be wrath roll then glory roll if you want to use both.
But you don't
Yeah.
get to re-roll your wrath die.
So I'm only rolling
you
one.
do unless you roll a 1.
Yeah.
I learned something new.
Yeah, I learned this yesterday.
I will spend
Fun
one.
facts with
I will
Jay!
say this.
I'll spend one of my wrath.
If you
sounds
don't
good.
succeed, I will almost
Cap
certainly
you.
kill you.
Yikes.
Well, it depends what he gets.
Yeah, it takes a lot of corruption
To get a mutation.
Yeah.
Unless
it
you
depends what he
roll-
gets, but that's the beginning of Warp Taint.
Still
Warp
nothing.
Taint-
Well, add the 3 glory because we've got 3.
I need to
glory.
succeed all of them if I do that.
Well, yeah, that's the point. I assume you actually have to tell us the DC.
You did
once,
re-roll the
right?
both of them, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
did
know.
say it was 3.
Damn.
Cool.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to accept that corruption then.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not going to use all 3?
No, because there's the high chance that I missed both, re-rolled into missed both
But you
again.
have 1 in 6 chance of getting 2 successes.
yeah.
No, but chances are I won't get it. So I'm
You will
just gonna
gain
say that.
corruption points equal to the difference between the thing and the DC. If
Oh.
you,
3
'cause
points.
if you get any successes, you'll reduce the degree of corruption.
So just use them all. 'cause
Use the glory.
We lose
Okay.
the glory at the end of our recordings, anyways.
Yeah, I'll use them or I'll get the extra dice.
Hello,
Yeah.
listener. This is an intermediary part to ask you if you enjoyed this session. To give us a like and a
reduced it by
subscribe.
2, so I only
Okay,
get 1
you only
point.
get 1 point. That's
Yeah,
fine.
only
Because you
get-
need like 5 points to get fucked up, don't you?
Yeah.
You got 2 points then, yeah. So,
He got 1.
but you got a crit.
What?
You got a crit.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
only
Oh
get
no,
1
yeah.
point of
He got
corruption.
2 successes on the roll, but only 1 point of corruption.
I understand.
Yep. Yep. It doesn't have any physical manifestations or anything yet. You are still considered pure.
1
What
point.
the frag is that?
1 point
Yep.
I need to be pure.
amongst what I think is 25.
Nobody look at these demons.
Oh, demons!
That's
Ah!
When are we?
Don't look. Listen to the 9 foot taller Starties.
When are we?
I'll admit I haven't worked that out yet.
That's a question in Warhammer that gets you killed.
no.
No, but
listen. No.
Could be at the same time. I genuinely.
I just
We
need to-
don't know.
All I need to know is the rift in the sky?
Yes.
Because then otherwise everyone knows about demons, or demons are held a secret.
Yes, the rift is in the sky.
But even with the rift, it's not really.
They still try to keep it under wraps.
Kind of.
I'm
not
gonna
really
say.
anymore.
Oh. Yeah, just gives the option for Primaris. Yeah, I'll say.
That's true as well.
Imperium has been ruptured by the Cicatrix Maledictum.
Cool.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, I don't know what that is. But the
No,
card
me
will
neither.
tell
Yeah,
you.
that's when the Eye of Terror, which is a big warp portal, got really big when a planet blew up and now covers about a third of
Half
the
the
galaxy.
galaxy,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they
it's-
couldn't call it an eye anymore, so they called
Yeah.
it Citrix Maledictum.
yeah.
That's
Wow.
a very fun name.
I didn't
Yeah.
realise it was that bad.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it split the galaxy in half.
Yeah, that's
You know
why
what
you've
I'm
got
saying?
the Imperium and the
Whoops.
Imperium Nihilus. Consensus that yes, demons are real, but
We've never seen them.
yeah, we've never seen them. They're the thing of heresy, demon bad.
Yeah.
Don't know what a demon is exactly. Yeah.
So pants pisser is appropriately like, oh demons,
Yeah.
And then he pisses his pants.
and then he pisses his pants for the third time in a minute.
Oh
He's
my
been
God.
drinking water the entirety of this
Who
entire
is he?
conversation.
Who is he? Samuel Tarly?
Admittedly, I meant to say a different word. Didn't just want to bring attention to it.
His corruption test just like crit fails.
Look away!
No.
Eyes front!
Consider let the emperor
I
guide
know
you.
where we can get a server pod.
He pointed, that's good for me!
Yeah. Yeah. We'll say just because of how the meetup went and how things are running, the party has generally formed, apart from maybe Rhys, because maybe you were holding back to protect the people. The majority of people have fallen ahead. Well, the party has fallen ahead of the NPCs, to put it simply. Apart from Urine Man, who is right at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apart from Rob.
Follow the trail of piss.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Follow the smell.
Rob Norris is his name, and urinating apparently is his game.
Yeah.
Damn, I respect it.
He's a fucking drinker.
Yeah.
He's got water poisoning.
Oh my god.
It seems somehow like you reach a certain point, and the masses of, because I mean it was the pink things, and then they were joined up by the little fire things and the little fat things, and it just became a constant tide. But you eventually reach a point where they really, really slow down to barely a walk. They're just sort of very imposing. I mean, anyone could potentially attempt a scholar check to determine why.
Am I eligible to do that as well?
I'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah!
Oh, damn.
That's
Very nice.
6 successes.
6 successes.
Any crits?
Yep,
One of them.
1.
Can we turn it into a glory?
6.
Demons. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll say you can have a glory.
What?
Yeah.
Back up to 1.
Yeah,
Or a different shift. if
or
you
a
want.
different shift if you wanted.
Little bit
I don't know what the
extra.
other shifts are. Let's give me glory.
Do bars, do more damage, a little bit extra information.
Yeah, or do it better.
Give me glory.
Again, glory.
One glory.
Alright, so yeah, what you can assume is, well, I mean, this is more Malleus territory, but you do have a vague understanding of the warp. Yeah, well, demons, they can't exist very well outside of the warp, so it may be the case that you're pretty much at the edge of the warp's influence of the ship. The reason they're walking slowly towards you is because that is the sort of direction the ship is getting pulled into the warp from.
We've crossed the threshold. It won't last long. Keep going.
Good news.
You keep running, and eventually you do get to a savior pod. Luckily, completely empty. You won't be able to fit your entire contingent in comfortably, but you could fit the whole thing in.
We're not looking for comfort, we're looking for
We're getting out of
survival.
here.
Yeah.
Everybody in. I'll be in last.
All right, and Ethan, during this, the door has finally reset and shut.
Just imagine I'm just like tapping my finger
Yeah.
on the interface.
And then you just hear pressurizing 2 minutes.
Get out a magazine.
Start playing orchestral like elevator music.
Oh yeah, no, I turn on the radio.
Yeah.
We're all dying!
Yeah.
the good emperor.
Yeah. Currently, it is the hymn "By the Emperor's Light I Live." Actually, you hear it as the usual. I mean,
Yeah. Dorime.
yeah, that sort of thing. It gets deeper over time, and then
It's crescendoing.
yeah, yeah. But then there's sort of interference, and the lyrics they start getting all jumbled, and then you hear, "My love is like ripe fart.
Oh no!
I feel it reaching into your heart. Fetid lust upon my flesh will bring you slow and painful death."
I prefer this to the hymns.
Fart jazz.
Yeah, that is pretty much the backing to it. Yes, as you hear it. Now, please make me a considerably lower difficulty corruption test.
Okay.
Yeah,
I listened to music so bad it blew up my brain.
Just change the Vox
we'll
channel.
call this 1.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You change the Vox channel, and next is smooth operator.
I succeed.
Yeah.
Or with a switch, so I'll get us another glory.
All right, cool.
2.
Yep. So yeah, you hear this and you think, maybe this should not be something I'm listening to. There's something.
Sounds quite heretical.
Yeah.
Switch.
But then you notice the skull that has been counting down has also sort of, its voice has been changing and wobbling, and
Just put like my hand over my face because I can't shoot it out. It's on the other side of the door.
yeah. Oh, it's there is another one on the other end to handle internal, but there is also, don't forget, there is the console on the inside that you could manually launch from.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, yeah, get out of mech.
It's just like we get out the gun. Blap.
Yeah,
I don't like this. The radio's singing farts at me.
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah,
it
but-
knows for some
yeah.
reason.
You just blast it. I'm not going to make you roll for that, and it starts leaking a black ichor. I mean, it's not necessarily the consistency of oil.
Oh,
So
I know this well, I think.
yeah,
I just look at my veins.
yeah.
Anyways, console.
Uh,
check.
Tech check. Just
I do a
yeah,
kickflip.
yeah. I would recommend in this case maybe shifts to go quicker.
Okay. Yeah. I have a question relating to Wrath.
Yeah.
Can I do anything beyond rerolls? Make
Yes.
a narrative declaration or an action to restore rank plus tier shock.
Yeah.
So, can I make a narrative declaration?
All right,
Well, actually, can you explain what a narrative declaration might be?
Okay. I'll jump in the book and grab an example. Add a minor narrative element to the current scene. The GM has the final call on what can and can't be added, but if they decline, the wrath point is not spent. Melissa spends a wrath point and states that the hangar refueling point has several stacked barrels of explosive promethium. The GM accepts and Melissa fires her las gun at the barrels, igniting them in a huge explosion.
It's on the right.
Boom.
It's on the right tab already. So I just need to press a button.
Uh,
That's what I'd like to do.
Uh,
Or alternatively, there's a servitor plugged into the machine. So a large amount of it is already half automated.
yeah.
Yeah?
Alright. Yep, can do.
Cool.
Good thing I haven't shot
So I'll drop down the DC to like 2.
Let's fucking go, because my tech is atrocious.
DN, not DC.
Woo! That's a 2.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do
Especially
it.
the other servitor, because one of them's just like being annoying, and I hate the door one, so I was just like, fuck you. And then I just go over and like, help me here. And I start like, putting through the right things. Just like, all right, unload the airlock, make sure to the timer, just fucking factory reset.
Yeah. And then,
Turn off the computer, turn it back on.
yeah, and then you just hear, well, you see on the screen appears,
Disengaging in 5 seconds. Seating is recommended.
Yeah, right, fucking run.
yeah, you're getting into the mech, because there are like chairs around this, assumingly that the tech priest would have locked into.
Seatbelts?
Yeah, belts. These are designed to...
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I'll just seat myself.
Oh,
Okay.
fair enough. I would have done the mech
Yeah.
if I were you.
Well, my problem is that if that mech falls over with me in it, I'm going to have an experience I've previously already had.
Yeah, that's true.
and then you just hear a sort of whooshing of air and feel a light movement as you are disengaged from the ship. You are now being propelled outwards.
Nice.
You can see on the console it does have a route planned, and it seems conveniently, yes, it is going to Agalia. That was the name of the planet, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Agalia of House Agalade.
Yes. It seems duration of journey will be approximately 6 days. Terran standard.
Okay. My immediate is just like, oh, that's amazing. Like, wonderful. I look for rations and supplies to make sure that I can maintain my trip.
Awareness.
Awareness. Unfortunately, I'm not.
Yeah. Difficulty 2.
Okay. Nah, mate. Oh, wait, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got 6.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
I can't find the rations!
Yeah,
No!
it does seem they've not fully kitted this to be a vehicle transport
Fair.
deployment vessel. There is like emergency rations and first aid kits and stuff you will need to survive the journey.
Okay. I Life of Pi it. I just sort of start tallying up what I need to
Yeah.
make sure I can get myself to Planetfall.
It is designed for the amount there is designed for like 20 odd people to last them about a week. So yeah, you'll be fine.
I just imagine there's like a sequence of me just like occupying myself out of my boredom.
Yeah.
I just find like a skull and I start throwing it
Yeah.
like to ricochet it off my knight.
It's the skull of that servitor you shot.
Yeah.
You've got like a bag of peanuts and you're throwing them individually, trying to get them in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Real humanizing moments here.
Yeah.
Just when bored, sit on chair, take it off the seating fixture and start spinning in it.
He gets in the night and he starts pressing the buttons to make noises and trying to make little like crazy frog like sound effects.
Yeah, he has a pong in his night.
Yeah.
It can run Doom like everything else.
Oh yeah, I thought you said he has like his night is pongy
Smelly,
because of the
yeah,
the
no,
bile piper.
I did get it after a little bit, but I do understand what you're saying. Yeah. No, I do imagine I am just straight up just occupying my boredom.
Yeah.
I might even have like a slate, which I'm just writing what's
Yeah.
happening so I can deliver it to the house when I get home.
Yeah.
Day 3 of utter blackness.
Day 3 of fucking boredom.
Yeah.
3 days.
Fragging absolute boredom.
Yeah. There is like like a window in the thing showing you out the outside, and you can just see as you're being ejected a large tear manifesting weird ethereal tendrils which are closing around the ship, grabbing it and pulling it back through this tear in reality.
I don't need to do a corruption test from that. Okay, cool.
No, you do not.
Yeah, I write that on the slate.
Yeah.
I remember the log saying like we're falling back into the warp, so I just write that on my slate. Just being like, okay, so the cargo that I was being taken home in has been taken by the warp.
I just, as soon as you said I'm writing down on my slate, I just imagine you just writing down, damn, that shit was wicked fucked up.
It was more just like, what an inconvenient travel.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe get me a proper vessel.
I'm never flying Ryanair again.
No, genuinely. Second class is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the matter of insurgents, maybe bring me back on a more efficient fleet.
Don't pull the ship into the warp again.
Yeah, pissed in the moment.
Yeah. Have a functional Gellerfield next time.
Do better.
Dumbass.
Be better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, are we in the saviour pod now? Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. So let me just do a quick count up. All right. So there was the 2 squads, so that's 10.
Yeah.
Well, no, because there was a squad that went with the Tempestor, so technically there's 15 Scions.
No, it was
10.
It was five man
Broken
command
into
squad
5.
and a 5-man regular squad. The Tempestor Prime was shot.
No, there was 15.
There was yeah,
Because there was his squad. There was
Oh yeah,
Alpha.
his squad. Of course,
Oh,
yeah.
was it all of the Scions that
Yeah.
went
So
in?
there's only 14 though, because he said it's true. He
Yeah.
shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Piss.
14,
Yeah.
us 2, he counts as 2,
Yep.
and then however many Voidsmen there are.
And that was 5.
And
it was
Rob.
Piss.
yeah.
And out of curiosity, I would obviously know the mark of the Inquisition, and I'd know that this man is an interrogator.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to hide it.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
No. Boogeyman. My
Yeah, I mean,
arse.
you might not exactly know what it means
No.
to be an interrogator, but you would.
I would know he is one,
Yeah, you would be aware of his.
and I would
role.
assume that he is the highest ranking man in this room.
Technically,
Well, they're sort of outside of the structure, like
Okay.
you. They.
That is true.
He can't technically tell you what to do.
that's good
There's
to
like
know.
a whole conflict situation of like
But there's a lot of
technically
Middle,
threats,
yeah.
Yeah, like technically an Inquisition has authority over Space Marines, but Space Marines aren't going to get told to do something by a man who is half my size and can't do shit like me.
Valid, very valid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's no like actual.
That is the dilemma.
Yeah, there's no control. Like, you're not in the same chain of command.
no.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone that's currently in the chain of command in this room? I think that the only chain of command got shot.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was the Tempestor.
yeah. Tempestor. Well, that was the Tempestor Prime. There are technically
2 Tempestors.
yeah,
in the room.
2 Tempestors in the room. Then they would be in charge. Well, they're the highest military rank. You
Yeah.
are outside of the command structure.
and as
He
is-
and Finn is outside of the command structure as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it's only
Tempestor
Without
and Interrogator. I would like to alert both of you of something. It seems that for whatever reason, the Gellerfield was sabotaged by a melter bomb.
Oh,
It was ripped asunder by deliberate hands.
oh, that's carking. That's carked up.
I planned on trying to investigate, but obviously had to get off in too much of a rush. Wasn't able to look.
Don't think one of the knife ears snuck on when we were leaving, sir.
How can you hear us? Don't eavesdrop.
You're not all crammed inside one escape pod!
I could smell all of you at once.
piss especially.
Also, I apologise for being so stern to all of you.
Yeah, he
It's a matter of
absolutely
emergency.
reeks
It
of
was
urine.
necessary.
It was indeed.
Urine and
I'm glad you're all
shit.
okay.
He poops a nugget.
Astartes, I must have a word with you in private.
I'm not
You
sure
ain't
how
getting
private
here.
this can get, Interrogator.
You could get. There are certain
the
spaces
corner.
that you could, like the general seating area is seats fold down into simple cots. There is the cockpit you can go into, which can be sealed, so you could have a quiet chat in there.
Yeah. I'm going to seal us in the cockpit.
We'll say there are 12 Voidsmen at arms as well. So
Jesus. So
yeah,
there's
it's very cramped in
26.
here.
There's almost...
Like,
if you count as 2, there's almost 30 of us.
yeah. Like, it is cramped, but like it will fit 20 people comfortably. They'll have enough space to move around, so it is just a bit cramped in here.
I need to know if I can trust you.
What must you know?
Quite frankly, they are normal humans, and whilst
True.
we have many an advantage over the Xenos, they are still humans. They do not have the training you or I have. They saw
Agreed.
things out there, things that will scar them for the rest of their life, things that can drive a man mad or drive them to heresy. Before long, they will start babbling. Some of them will start babbling, seeing things, hearing voices. I think you understand what I must do with them.
I understand.
I need you to have my back. There is almost 30 heavily armed men out there. Men who are scared and men who are desperate. We need to keep the peace, the 2 of us.
Peace is what I
You
do.
alone could probably take them, but I need you on my side. I will be executed, inevitably.
As much as I disagree with the execution of innocent men, they're not innocent anymore once they pass a certain threshold. Their minds on their own. The only way to free them is by way of mercy, unfortunately.
The Emperor's mercy.
The Emperor's mercy, the very same. I'm Barimetrius 67, Scout Marine of the Salamanders.
Brother Barimetrius, I entrust him with you, your life, and you may do the same with me. I am
good to know.
Interrogator Reus Veritas, apprentice to Lord Inquisitor Miko Amygdala,
Nice to meet you. As I bow my head slightly.
and I do the same to you. Let us set about our bloody work.
Indeed.
Mike, you're in there with everyone that's just sort of milling about. A lot of them are panicky and stressed and stuff.
I'm relatively chill for the situation.
Yeah. Make me a quick awareness check.
Oh, man. Okay.
Someone starts frothing at their mouth and no one notices.
Ah, fuck.
Piss to your pants.
That's a 1 on the wrath.
That's the noise that you make. You pissed your pants.
I'll just take a ruin for it. I can't think of anything else really.
What can you
And
do
4
with ruin?
successes.
Ruin, I can use special
Things.
abilities that things have. I think I can re-roll dice with it.
Right.
You can also make us do bad stuff.
Yeah. Spend ruin to re-roll failures, restore NPC shock, activate unique ruin actions, roll determination, which is when I can cause enemies to try and shrug off damage, and I can seize the initiative.
I see. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got 4 successes.
All right. Your little urine-scented friend, good old
Rob.
Piss.
Yeah, Rob. he just sort of goes out. Well, you see he's rummaging around, and then you just hear him shout, "Hey guys, I found the rations! I found the rations! Yeah, I found them!
Rations.
Rations! Who's hungry? Good old Soylent's Viridians for you and you and you and you and you and you and all of us. We can eat. We can take our minds off of the things. We can take our minds off of the things. We can eat the meat and the."
You don't sound the same.
It's because Jay's forgot what my voice was.
I was more thinking like you don't have enough rations for everyone.
Yeah.
Look, we could all eat. Look at all of these. There's so much food here. Look at it. I can eat a bar.
Well, 6 people too many, -2 because he doesn't need to eat.
Well, no, he did need to eat twice as much.
No,
I don't need to eat
don't
very
need
much.
to eat
Well, they don't need to eat anywhere near as often.
for like months at a time.
Yeah, like months, yeah.
I ate one time a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably got my ration kit on me, so I've got some food.
Keep the ration usage low, everyone. There's too many people in this pot.
Oh, but look at
Enough.
We have this
to,
bread.
he is just munching on a ration bar as you're saying this. He'd already opened it at this point.
those of you who've already started
Unavoided.
eating, go to that end of the ship.
What?
Is it just him?
No. Well, there are a couple of people who have opened ration bars. I mean, there's maybe another voidsman that has. They're not really.
There's like tins of this weird bony powder.
I mean, yeah, they are just sort of bricks of nutrition.
Yeah.
No cornstarch.
No corpse starch. These are Soylent.
I imagine Snowpiercer.
Yeah, these are Soylent's Viridians.
Nice.
I have corpse starch on me in my rations.
Yeah,
No, they're Nutriblocks.
yeah, pretty much reconstituted beans.
Yeah. I'm going to take stock. I'm assuming it's the exact same as he's got.
Little different, little more.
It is the same amount.
Yeah. So 20 days. So 7 days for 20 people.
Yeah.
We have
26.
We have the
25 technically.
25.
But he doesn't need to eat.
I don't need to eat. I'm not.
He doesn't need to.
So this is probably going to last around 5.5, 6 days.
Yeah,
People
5.5,
won't go without eating.
6 days.
Well, in terms of that actual meals.
Well, we could ration
Once
it.
a day.
I'm assuming
I have
7 days is
Me and
a
the
meal every day.
Me and the Science probably have our ration.
So
kits
if
on
we
us, so
last that, we could
if I
probably
guess
make
that's
it
Yeah.
2-3 weeks if we have to.
Seems reasonable.
me and the Science got
You
our ration
got-
kits.
Well, that's handy.
Did you say you carry ration kits with you?
Yes, sir.
We should be fine then.
Hopefully.
I mean, when you were in the cockpit, you saw that the onboard computer did have a course automatically set for Agalia within the next 8 or so days.
We should be able to live.
My ship's faster.
We should hopefully be able to make it there, yes.
Yeah. I mean, yours is meant for rocketing down to a surface. Of course it is.
I don't know if yours isn't.
I mean, yeah, sounds good. I'm gonna get to work watching the men.
All right.
I'm gonna hate it when we
I'm gonna be polite and friendly to the men. I'm gonna build up a bit of a rapport with them.
Yeah, sounds good.
Build up a level of trust.
Yeah, it seems everyone's a bit calmer since everything went down. And yes, as everyone is rocketing into the vast void of space with Agalia, this sort of orangey, dusty, cloudy lump in space with lightning striking periodically, you can see in the clouds. These are very big bits of lightning.
They got those weird red spikes that appear
Yeah.
random spontaneously after lightning strikes
Yeah.
that occur.
Yeah, that I think is where we'll end the session.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, congratulations everybody, gained 4 XP.
Whoa,
Oh, nice.
Yay!
I didn't do shit.
Yeah,
And I get experience from doing shit.
I now have 4 XP.
I also now have 4 XP.
and that was the first episode of good old the Ruinous Outcome. I think that's what I'm going to call it now, because Ruin
It's a very
is,
nice name. I
yeah,
like it.
Ruin
I like it.
is my evil resource.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's that done. If you
It really is.
He's done it again.
Yeah,
I- that-
crashed.
and I knocked the DM screen over.
Oh, we have to record again.
Yeah, we need to start from the beginning. Oh no.
Right.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed all of this. If you did, let us know. I have been joined by my group of people. Ethan, what do you normally say during the outro? I forget.
What you just said, pretty much. That
Yeah.
was it. And then we say like and subscribe.
And then
Yeah.
we go over to you where you talk about all the other platforms. we have.
Socials. Yeah.
Yeah, well, do the YouTube or Spotify or Spotify.
Yeah. Give us a
I
positive.
spotted one!
That's what that is.
Give us a positive review wherever you are if you enjoyed our content, and tell us what we did bad so that we can do it better.
Yeah, we do have social medias. Michael, guess what? This is your job now.
Oh, I'm doing the social media. Well, if you wanted to contact us through social medias, you can contact us through our Instagram at TWODND Podcast. That's right, TWODND Podcast. I'm still doing my character's voice. Hello. You can also find us on TikTok / Twitter or X, whatever you call it. We have a Reddit, but don't go there. It's full of chaos.
It's not good.
Heretics.
Spawn.
Other than that, we've also got places like Spotify and other such places where you can find us.
I mean, if
Yeah.
you know about them, that's probably where you're listening to us.
And if
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
don't,
hopefully.
then that's a real big surprise. But hey, we're actually like quite spread out.
And just like every podcast says, if you leave us a review on Spotify, apparently it's good.
Oh, it's
Also-
very good apparently. Yeah.
Very true, very true, very true.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We're all done.
That's true. That's
Passing
true.
it back to you, nefarious Nurgling, who's in the ship with us.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Nefarious.
Yes, well, I truly do hope you have enjoyed this. I certainly have. This is my first recorded attempt at DMing. Although
Stressful, isn't it?
it's stressful.
It's more stressful than just DMing.
Yeah, I think I got my groove in the end.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely got into
But
it.
yeah,
I
that-
really enjoyed that. That was good.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed. We will all see you in the grim darkness of next time. Goodbye.
Ooh, very nice. Goodbye.